The Most Hilarious competition, brought to you by 2020 Productions, has reached its conclusion, and a winner has been crowned. We've got Shelton Ridge Love here, the most hilarious. Welcome. And Kenneth Hughes, along from 2020 Productions. Good to see you both.
Thanks for having us.
And congratulations, Shelton. What does this mean to you? How was that?
It feels great. This is my third time in the competition, so third time's a charm.
And your background, you're a musician, but what's your background in comedy? What made you want to keep it this and got you there the first time?
So I had a roommate at about 10 years ago, and she one day came home and she said, "I signed you up for this competition." And I paid the fee, and so I had 5 minutes to go in and try to be funny, and it's all been uphill from there.
Did it take a kind of a push for somebody to say, you know what, you're supposed to do this, I signed you up, and go?
It did, yeah. I wasn't gonna do it.
Did you wing it, or did you prepare that first time?
I prepared. Oh,
okay.
I had like memorized my set and prepare.
Because we always talk about, there's a difference, I know, between being funny and being able to present comedy on a stage in front of people. That's the stuff we admire so much. And Kenneth, this was 40 stand-up comics showcasing their talents. It was happening all the Wednesdays for 6 weeks. How'd it go? I'm sure you found a lot of emerging talent.
It was great. It was really great. Shelton did his thing, and he took the summit. I will say, you're going to hear more from him because 1 year, Jazz won. She's all over the place.
Yeah.
Another year, Mackenzie Mannett. She won last year. She's been nonstop. A couple of years ago, we had Gigi LaFleur. She's on tour right now. So I'm saying a lot of things coming in, big things ahead for Shelton.
That's cool.
This is the first time we had a male winner.
Oh,
it's always been
late.
It's always been women.
That's funny. Well, now, you know, it's Shelton's year to do something great, and I know you've prepared a little minute-long stand-up comedy. So if you'll head over to our comedy stage, we'll talk about you for a minute, because Kenneth, I'm dying to know, what makes Shelton's comedy so special? What do people find so likable about him on a stage?
I will say that Shelton's a natural.
Yeah.
He is just naturally funny. He's clever, witty, intelligent, so when he puts that into his set, it's just real and raw. He makes you think, and he's just nonstop hilarious from front to back.
And fair to say he had to edit his content down for this particular situation on television, family-friendly stuff too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well,
we'll see how it goes. Shelton Ridge Love, take it away.
So I did not grow up in the South. I grew up in the Midwest, but not the part of the Midwest where they're like, Mark broke his arm and can't take us to the party. Like, I grew up where we use normal American English vowel sounds. But I've been here in the South for 15 years, and I've worked mostly in retail. And so being around people, I've learned a lot of Southern things. Like, I think I've got the accent down. Like, someone comes into the store, I'm like, "Oh, welcome to the store, y'all." Or like the vernacular. Like, one day someone came in and I said, "Well, you know, if you need any help finding anything, just holler." And I didn't even realize I knew the word holler, but then I also thought about if that played out literally, like I'm over there folding some shirts, and then all of a sudden, ah! And I'm like, well, he definitely needs some help. And then, like the accent, the vernacular, but the one thing that took the longest was the whole Southern charm thing, because that where people lie to make you feel comfortable about the asinine things that you do. But like, I think I'm finally got it, because the other day a lady came into the store and she had a lazy eye, and I accidentally ran into her, and she looked at me and she said, why don't you look where you're going?" And so I turned and I said, "Well, why don't you go where you're looking?"
Oh, okay.
Bless your heart.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Come on back up here. Love this. Kenny cringed a little bit.
No.
Kenny's so worried that I'm going to say a bad word.
He's watching you for everything.
I was just saying, I got both lazy eyes.
You get the criticism. A question, what is your goal now? Like, what do you hope happens ahead in your comedic future, and how do you juggle that with music? What do you have going on?
Well, my main thing is I just want to do comedy more, because Kenny always tells me, like, you show up once a year and you do this competition, like, so that is my main goal, is to just get out, keep doing it.
Yep.
And with music, it's a balancing act, because I do the gay men's chorus, so I'm doing that on Tuesdays, and then the other days I'll do comedy.
Well, it's all about performing and giving of yourself. I mean, that's kind of how we connect, and that's what we love about comedy. Kenny, anything else you want people to know about? What's this doing for the local comedy scene, and what's ahead?
I just want to give everybody a shot. There's a lot of talent out there. I just want to we're a community of comedians. I just want to give people a space and a place and room for them to shine. And it's not about me. I feel like we're all in it together. I remember when I first started out,
Yep.
and I just want to give people a platform to showcase.
And I can't count how many people he's inspired to get up on that stage, right?
Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
What happens when people get up there?
I mean,
A variety.
well, yeah, definitely. But I think people blossom when
Yeah.
they have that opportunity.
And sometimes they just need to be pushed in that direction.
Absolutely.
So we keep honoring that effort. Thank you so much for being here, guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Shelton is a comedian to watch. His 2020 Productions headlining date will be announced in the near future. And Kenneth performing tonight at Amici's in Easley, correct?
Yes.
Follow 2020 Productions or Kenneth Hughes on social media to stay up to date on that.